What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Get a Grip Sports Basketball. Because there wasn't a big day in free agency, I decided to do a little look back on the 2015 NBA Draft and how all the players are doing now. The 2015 NBA Draft had superstars like DAngelo Russell, KarlAnthony Towns, and Kristaps Porzingis. And oh yeah, they also had this guy, Jahlil Okafor, one of the biggest, most recent NBA draft busts, who has ultimately done nothing in his NBA career. He just signed a contract this offseason, so he still has potential, but I don't see him actually going anywhere. It's just been too long since he's been drafted for him to make any big improvements. The first overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft was KarlAnthony Towns. He went to the Minnesota Timberwolves. He has been one of the most underrated All-Stars in the entire league since he was drafted. His rookie year, he led all rookies in points, rebounds, and blocks, and he was the first ever rookie since 1984 to receive all the first-place votes for the Rookie of the Year. The second overall pick in the draft, the Los Angeles Lakers took DAngelo Russell. Now, the first couple of years with the Lakers, he looked like he was a bust too. But then when he was traded to the Knicks, he lit it up. He became an all-star that year. He overnight he became a sensation with his signature "Ice in My Veins" celebration. He was later traded to the Warriors in exchange for Kevin Durant, and is now a member of the Timberwolves alongside KarlAnthony Towns. Now, DAngelo Russell, he's a great shooter. He's not a great defender, but the shooting makes up for it. The next player on the list at number 4 by another New York Knicks failed draft pick, Kristaps Porzingis, who is now a member of the Dallas Mavericks, who just got an injury, is going to be out for most of this season. He did not play well with the Knicks. He was injury prone, and he's still injury prone, as you can see how he is now injured during the offseason and will miss most of the season for the Mavericks. He deserved to make the All-Star game last year, but Luka Doncic kind of overshadows him. So, yes, he is a great shooter. He's big, so he can play good in the paint. I do think that he still has huge potential, and the European guard is still a tremendous player. Next up, with the 6th overall pick, the Sacramento Kings took one of my favorite all-time players, Willie CauleyStein. He played a valuable position in which they have needed for a very long time, in the center position out of Kentucky, where he had a great career. He just proved every year that he was on the Kings that he belonged there, and he was very underrated, and he still is after signing that 2-year contract with the Mavericks. I still think he has potential. He's a lot younger than you think he is, which I thought he was in his 30s. He looks older than he is, so he can still improve on his game, and he is a great all-around center. With the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets took Emmanuel Macron. Now, he came out and he was the face of the franchise. He was an absolute star, but he was injury prone. The Nuggets did not want to take the risk, and they had an upcoming star in Nikola Jokic, so they decided to let him walk. Then he signed with the New York Knicks, which is always a bad decision. After 1 or 2 years there, he left for none other than the Utah Jazz, where he did a crazy fake, and he faked the entire audience. He faked going behind the back and got the easy layup. He still has huge potential. He could actually make an all-star game if he's on top of his game, and if Donovan Mitchell plays less minutes. With the 13th overall pick, the Phoenix Suns selected Devin Booker, who is the face of the franchise, a wonderful pick by the Suns. He is an absolute star. He is a great scorer, and he is clutch, as we saw in the NBA bubble. I do think that the Suns will make the playoffs this year, now that the Warriors probably won't be a factor, and now that he has Chris Paul as a good teammate. Devin Booker, absolute star, and he has a wonderfully bright future. With the 2nd pick in the 2nd round, the Houston Rockets took Montrezl Harrell. Now, this Mr. Harrell never had a great season with the Rockets. He exploded with the Los Angeles Clippers, and he is now a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, where he has a very good chance to win a championship at. Now, Montrezl, he won Sixth Man of the Year last year. He averaged almost 18 points off the bench. That is unheard of. He's a wonderful star, and now that he's in a starting lineup, he is going to thrive with the Los Angeles Lakers. The final player that we're going to talk about is an undrafted free agent from UNLV, Christian Wood. He's bounced around the league before finally finding a permanent home with the Detroit Pistons, and is now going to be a member of the Houston Rockets alongside James Harden and Russell Westbrook, where he has a chance to make an NBA championship. Now, Christian Wood had a decent career at UNLV. He left controversially after his sophomore year, and he ultimately didn't get drafted, and he was eventually picked up by none other than the Philadelphia 76ers. He bounced around the league for a couple more years. Pistons then had him, and he started 14 games after Andre Drummond was traded away, where he exploded and had a wonderful 14-game stretch. Houston Rockets are now acquiring a great star who can play the center/forward position, which is exactly what they need. The 2015 NBA Draft will go down as one of the most star-studded yet calm drafts in NBA history, with all-stars such as KarlAnthony Towns and players who deserve all-star appearances like Christian Wood. As always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to comment which player you think is the best out of this entire draft class.